I'm Steve.
And I'm Chrissy.
Welcome back to Magic Main Street, where today we are comparing our top 5 Epcot pavilions. This is in the World Showcase.
Yes, and we haven't seen each other's lists yet, so hopefully we'll be kind of close on some of them. We'll see what happens.
Let's find out. So for this list, what we're looking for is the top 5, that's top 5 for each of us,
Yes.
World Pavilions in Epcot Center in Orlando, Florida. So this can be based off of pretty much any criteria that we set forth, whether it be food, music, culture, whatever it is. We just kind of came up with our own top 5, and we're going to compare them right now in front of you guys to see if we're close at all. So
my number 5 is Mexico, because margaritas, that's why. I think it's a really cool looking pavilion with the temple and everything, and it's beautiful inside. I like the indoor market. The restaurant's really pretty. It kind of, you can see the boat ride in the background. There's like a volcano and sunset, so it's really pretty inside, but really, because the margaritas are pretty good. So that's why I picked Mexico for my number 5.
well, it's actually kind of funny because I also chose Mexico for my number 5. Pretty much the same reason. They've got great margaritas there, and the atmosphere is really cool with the temple and everything like that. Not Aztec, but the whatever it is, temples. And then of course, and this is just my own personal little thing, but I love the Three Caballeros boat ride. I don't know why, I've always loved that ride. It's such a small little ride that's kind of out of the way. It's like inside the temple, and then you have to like go to the very back to get to it, but it's always so much fun. I love it, and that's why I chose Mexico as my number 5. So let me just check on my number 4 because I've already forgotten it.
You have to do your number 4 first to make sure that you're not copying me.
Okay, so, and we probably aren't going to be the same on this, but my number 4 pick was actually China, and I picked China because kind of the same reasons I picked Mexico. They've got a lot of really cool buildings and like a lot of really cool decorations. It's a huge pavilion. It's got a really nice like waterscape, fountains and things like that. Plus, I just love all the vibrant colors and everything like that. So China is going to be my number 4 pick for my top 5.
China's not on my list at all, so That's a new one. But my number 4, I know is not going to be, well, I know it's not the same as his, but I know it's on his list somewhere. My number 4 is actually Germany, because beer, Nudelgratin, pretzels, all the good things, and it's a cute little country, and it's Germany, and I like it, mostly because it has Nudelgratin. In case you don't know, that's like baked mac and cheese, and it's really good. So that's why I picked Germany for my number 4.
Interesting. All right.
Okay, so my number 3, even though he's probably going to tell you a story and make fun of me for this, my number 3 is Morocco. It used to be my favorite country because I just think it's so pretty. I love all the buildings, but the funny thing is I wouldn't eat the food there, like I'm a very picky eater, but I just love the way Morocco looks. I think the theming's really on point. I love all the tiles and the mosaics and like the little temple rooms and the fountains and all the things like that, and it's really pretty, and that's why I picked it.
I actually don't even have Morocco on my list. My number 3, and well, I guess before I tell you my number 3, I'll tell you the story that she was talking about. So she was saying when we went to Epcot last time about how pretty Morocco was and all that, and one of our kids pointed out as we were walking away from Morocco this gigantic palmetto bug on the wall of Morocco. So we kind of had a good laugh about how pretty Morocco was with this gigantic palmetto bug, but
oh, and I forgot my trivia. Morocco was built by real Moroccans. The king of Morocco sent his own men to build it because he was so excited that it was going to be in the World Showcase. So, yeah, that's why it's probably so cool and pretty.
Plus, it's where you can find Aladdin and Jasmine.
Yeah.
My number 3, however, was actually Norway, and I picked it because I have a lot of good memories about the Norway Pavilion. Specifically, I got an itch for some reason today on my nose. Specifically because it used to, and I emphasize used to, have the maelstrom ride where you would get cast over the waterfall by the trolls. It's been redesigned to the Frozen ride, which we haven't been on yet because when we were at Epcot last time, they were just finishing it up. We've seen videos of it, but we've never actually been on it yet. However, despite the fact that it is one of the few pavilions with its own separate ride, one thing that I really like about it is, again, the landscape. You know, you have the lush green grass and the really cool architecture there. Inside of the gift shop there, they have one of the old trolls, which is pretty cool, and you can go right up to it and take a picture and stuff like that. So it's a really nice pavilion just to kind of get some shade and sit down in. I really do like it a lot.
I took it off of my list because they got rid of Maelstrom. I was so mad.
It happens. My number 2 is actually the American Pavilion. Now, it came in at number 2. It was almost number 1, and I think, having said that, you probably know what number 1 is, but number 2 is the American Pavilion because, well, I'm an American and we live in America and I love America. But more than that, they have some of the largest, like buildings that are colonial style looking, and they've got a lot of really cool period costumes. So no, I really like the American Pavilion for that reason, amongst others. But
yeah, I guess I forgot about it because I didn't put it on my list, and I love it too. But so my number 2 actually is Italy because the food is like amazing, and I think it's so pretty. And you have like the merman statue, which I just have a lot of memories actually there of being a kid. Every time we went to Epcot with my mom, she had to take a picture in front of that statue. So we have all these pictures of us in front of that thing, and I just remember it. And like last time we were there, they had like the flag dancers in the middle of the square, and it was really pretty, and they have dessert and everything. So I just like it. I think it's pretty. It feels kind of like you're in Italy when you're there, and Italian food is yummy. So okay, so I kind of feel like we should say our number 1 together because we're gonna have it the same.
We are going to have it the same, but before we do, obviously you said that I was going to have Germany somewhere on my list. I like Germany a lot, but it's really mainly for their beer selection more than the actual pavilion. And you know, they do have good food and all that, but the pavilion itself, it seemed like it's really small to me, which is why I didn't choose it. But if we were doing like top 5 beers around the world, they're definitely up there in like top 1 or 2. So on the count of 3, you want to say
We'll say the name of the country.
The name of the country? Okay, 1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Japan!
Of course, Japan's got to be number 1 because they have everything.
Yes, so one of our most favorite things to get at Epcot when we go is frozen Kirin. So it's frozen beer. I mean, actually, it's really cold beer with the frozen head, but it's really good. And you don't get that all the time. You can't go to a place in America and buy a frozen beer. That doesn't happen. So we love that. And
plus, at the very back of the Japan Pavilion, they have the Japan Candy Store. Now, this store is so awesome. It's got all these types of candies that you can buy, some of which we actually still have.
Yes, we bought so much candy. I think we spent $60 on candy last time. We got in our head, and then he coined the term Japandy, and so that's what our kids call it too. Let's go get some Japandy. And it's not just candy in that store. Like, they have like a huge department store back there with like chopsticks and dishes and clothes and shoes, and there's just so many things there to see, and it's like one of the best shopping areas, and the whole thing is just a lot going on. You got your food, you got your drink, you got your shopping. It's pretty looking.
Plus, in Japan, and this is just throughout Disney as a whole, but in Japan, the cast members there are really friendly too, and you know, they're very helpful and all that. So Japan is definitely, you know, one of our favorites, from the architecture to, you know, just how vast it is to all the really cool treats that they offer there. I would say that it's hands down probably one of the better pavilions.
Yes.
And I think it's almost right in the center.
Yeah,
isn't
it's like
it?
you have to walk all the way around to get to it. They did that for a reason. Helps you get around the World Showcase because Japan is like the can't miss. You have to go there and buy things.
Well worth it if you get a chance to check it out. A lot of beautiful scenery there too. So that's gonna do it, I think. What do you think?
That's our top 5. World Showcase Pavilions.
Pavilions. Now remember that because we might do a different video later.
Yes.
But until that time, please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel somewhere down here, I think it is. And as always, we want you to come and join us again next time when we make some more magic.
Bye.
Bye.